I'm home. Try to contain your excitement, Monica.
What?
Nothing. I want you to save all that wonderful energy for the gaming tables. I feel so lucky tonight. You know, I got off the hospital early and I drove home. I didn't do anything but hit green lights all the way.
Incredible.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to tonight. Have a nice leisurely dinner up at Luke's place. We'll go gaming. I hope he's got a lot of money on hand. I really feel like I'm going to break the bank.
Unbelievable, really.
No, it isn't. Not the way I feel it isn't.
What? I'm talking about this article.
Well, obviously you're not paying attention. Is that another article about a kidnapping, Monica?
What makes you think it would be about a kidnapping, Alan?
Because once this sort of thing starts, like Heather showed me the other day, a whole rash of things starts after that.
Oh, for crying out loud. I will get a rash if I hear any more of this from you. Just because Heather gets one little article, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a kidnapping all over the place.
Well, what are you going on about, then?
This article, Alan, this article about Professor Gerard. Didn't you read it?
Oh, what? The thing, what, about the disc?
The Prometheus disc. Huh. Well, no wonder this man is... Well, no wonder he was so happy all during the 4th of July picnic.
You seen my silver cufflinks?
They were on your bureau.
They're not there anymore, and I certainly didn't... You're not getting dressed.
Oh, I was just reading this article on Professor Gerald.
Look, you can talk to him yourself in a few seconds. He's due here any minute.
I'm not sure that I feel like going to the casino opening tonight.
I knew it. You've changed your mind again. What is it this time?
Well, I don't have a thing to wear.
Oh. Look, your wardrobe could clothe half of Bolivia. Now, look, not 20 minutes ago, you said you were going. What's going on?
Well, I guess I'm exercising a woman's prerogative.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
Surely you heard we have a right to change our minds.
Not at this late hour, you don't. And not without a good excuse. Now, I repeat, what's going on?
Have you read this?
Who hasn't? It's all over the paper.
So much for Gerald's secret project.
Well, Dr. Gerald told me about that press conference.
The government must be getting ready to make a move if they've released this kind of information.
Obviously, and that doesn't bode well for us.
No, we've got to be doubly careful tonight.
We've been careful up to now.
Well, let's stick with the status quo. All of this will be over with soon enough.
Look, are you sure we don't have to go over my alibi again?
The schedule stays the same, article or no article.
Good. Because with the news of the disc hitting the front page, it's obviously now or never.
I know, Grant. Tonight is our last chance. We must get that disc tonight. We've been preparing for this moment for a long time, Grant.
Yes. At this time tomorrow, it'll all be over with.
Successfully.
Natalie, that goes without saying.
Well, I want to say it, because I want us to go into this with our minds fully prepared for nothing less than total success.
It will be a total success. But we must make sure that the timing is perfect.
All right, let's go over the plan step by step.
All right.
We're all set for the alibi.
Right. One question. What do we do with Mrs. Talbot?
Well, she always does shopping when she leaves Paul for his therapy sessions. Besides, she has such implicit trust in the doctors at General Hospital, I'm sure she won't mind leaving Paul.
She shouldn't mind.
Don't snap at me like that.
I will snap at you. I resent any implication that that woman shouldn't trust her son with me.
I didn't say that, Grant. You're getting edgy. I don't like it.
Natalie, I just want it made perfectly clear right now that we are not going to harm that boy in any way.
There is no reason for that to happen.
Good. You remember that. Remember it. He is only a means to an end. I don't want him to be any further involved.
Grant, the shot that we give him is going to put him to sleep only for as long as you need to be gone.
And you will stay with him while I'm at the lab, right?
Of course I will stay with him. Besides, I need to be here to ensure against anything else happening.
Like what?
For instance, if someone should come to the door, then I can tell them we're in here having a private therapy session.
Well, let's just hope no one does.
Well, I have already checked the schedule very carefully. There is no reason for anybody to come near that door.
Okay.
I am just taking extra precautions,
All right,
Grant.
Natalie, I'm not questioning your thoroughness. I'm merely trying to anticipate any problems.
I am aware of that. And if our plan goes successfully, then we have the perfect alibi. We were in here with Paul.
He's our only witness.
Yes, and if no one suspects us, there's no reason why anyone should ask him anything.
True.
All right, now that we've covered the hospital, let's go over the most important part, which is stealing the disc.
That's the easiest part of all, Natalie. Once I get into the lab, all I have to do is dial the drawer combination and take the disc.
Just bear in mind that you're going to have very little time once Paul is out.
I'm aware of that. I can do it.
And how do you know Gerald is not going to be in that lab when you go in for the disc?
Because that's all been arranged. Gerald is going to the Scorpio's house at 6 o'clock. From there, they're going out to dinner and then on to the casino opening.
Celia?
She said she wasn't feeling well, so I insisted she go back to the hotel and take a nap.
Such husbandly concern.
Back off, Natalie. She'll rest for a few hours, then she'll get herself ready, and from there we'll go on to the casino. We'll meet Gerald and we'll meet Scorpio.
All right, it sounds just about perfect.
It is.
What?
Isn't it ironic?
What?
I can't help but compare this situation to the chess matches that Gerald is so fond of. All the minor pieces have been eliminated, and suddenly the key piece is left totally unprotected.
Unfortunately, this is not a game, Grant.
Perhaps not. I still can't help but feel that the final move has already been decided in our favor.
I don't see why we have to have a scene about this.
We don't. You simply go upstairs and get dressed.
I just don't feel like going out tonight.
Then you should have thought about that earlier.
You don't need me there.
It does make it rather awkward for me, wouldn't you say?
Oh, Robert, you're perfectly capable of entertaining yourself.
Yes. But I'm not capable of handling Gerald, Grant, and Celia all on my own.
Robert, wouldn't it be just much nicer if we could spend the evening here together?
You know it would. But this is not the evening.
Okay, then fine. You go, I'll stay here.
I think you're being rather inconsiderate.
Well, I think you're being very rude, trying to force me to go to an affair that you obviously know I don't want to go to.
Why?
I already told you.
And I don't believe you. I think you're trying to pull something.
Oh, plans were made to be changed.
I don't like your attitude, Holly.
I don't like you being so dictatorial with me.
Listen, we have to go.
Why?
Because it's part of my job to be there.
Right, your job, not mine. You're the commissioner and I'm your wife.
Is there something the matter with that arrangement?
No, I just don't want to
Because
go.
it's Luke's place?
Would you be so damn keen to go if it weren't Luke's place?
You know, I thought we'd gotten all of this right behind us. You know, I don't live my life according to the past.
Oh, but if you just try and understand how I feel...
That's just it, I don't. I thought you'd gotten all these feelings for Luke out of your system.
It's awkward, that's all.
Look, we've seen him in public before.
Yes, but never quite this public. All those people at the casino know what's gone on between the three of us. They're just going to be holding their breath, waiting to see how we react.
Since when do we care what the public thinks?
I just don't like being flaunted like some kind of war trophy.
Is that what you think I'm doing?
I just feel it.
Then forget it. You're not a trophy. You're my wife. And I'm not taking you out simply to make Luke Spencer jealous. Holly, I want you there with me tonight. But I'm not going to force you.
I'll go get changed.
It's getting late.
Oh, are you ready?
Do I look like I'm ready?
I don't know. Is that what you're wearing to the party?
Well, if it was a pajama party, yes, I would be wearing this. This is a robe, Alan.
Oh, yes. It's very nice. Is it new?
Yes, it was new last Christmas when you gave it to me.
Oh, yes. I did do that, didn't I?
Are you all right?
Yes, of course.
Look, you sure you want to go to this gala tonight?
I wouldn't miss it for the world, Monica.
Well, good. The moment I could, but I have a bath running, and I think it's a bit too late to back out right now. Are you coming up?
I'm just going to finish my drink first.
You sure you're all right?
I'm fine. I just want just a moment just to relax with my drink, and you go and have your bath, and I'll be ready by the time you finish.
Okay. All right, but please don't take too long. I really don't like to be late for these things.
Have a nice bath.
Hello?
It's Alan.
Oh, hello, Alan. How are you?
Frankly, I'm absolutely worried to death. Heather, tell me, have there been any more threats?
No, not really.
What do you mean, not really?
Look, Alan, I just don't want you to worry about it.
Then there have been more.
No, not exactly.
Heather!
Alan, Jason and I are fine.
I don't believe you. I'm coming over.
Now?
Yes.
Well, I really don't think that's necessary.
I insist.
Well, all right. Jason and I will be here waiting.
You two still here?
I'm afraid so.
Yes, Grant was kind enough to take a look at a new patient of mine, Paul Talbot. You remember
Oh,
who he
yes,
is,
of
don't you?
course.
Yes.
How's he doing?
That's what I'm going to find out now.
Aren't you off to the casino opening?
Not tonight. I'll wait until all the commotion dies down.
Oh.
Georgia, would you do us a favor? When Mrs. Talbot and her son get here, send them right to the therapy room.
Oh,
We'll
yes,
be checking
certainly.
him there, and then we'll both be checking out. I can't wait to try a few hands of blackjack.
Well, good luck.
Celia, what are you doing here?
Well, I haven't left yet. Hello, Nellie.
Nice to see you, Celia.
Wait a second. What do you mean you haven't left yet?
Well, I was on my way out, and a nurse stopped me upstairs with a message.
About what?
The university called. They want me to stop by and pick up my new fall schedule.
Now?
Yes, I don't see why not. The university is right on the way back to the hotel, and that'll save me the trip tomorrow.
Celia, you can't go to the university now.
Why not?
Because you said you weren't feeling well. I thought you were going to go back to the hotel and take a rest.
Yes, but I don't see where I'll have the time now. I mean, after I get through going over my schedule, there just won't be enough time. I have to get ready for the casino opening.
Darling, if you don't go back and get a nap right now, you may not feel up to the opening.
What seems to be the problem?
It's probably just a summer cold, I suppose.
Oh, well, these summer colds can linger on for weeks if you
Yes.
don't take care of them. Absolutely.
Yes, I know. That's why I thought maybe you could prescribe some medication for me.
Medication?
Yes, then I won't have to take a nap, and I can go over to the university and pick up my schedule.
Celia, I can't do that.
Why not? You're a doctor.
Because I can't prescribe medication without an examination first, and I don't have time for that right now.
Granted, it's not that big a deal.
Look, it is to me. Ethically, I cannot prescribe medication like that.
Well, then what am I going to do? I don't want the university to think that I don't care about the job they've offered me.
That's nonsense. They realize your health comes first.
I don't know.
All right, fine. I'll tell you what. It's up to you. You do whatever you want. You can either go ahead and pick up your schedule now and probably not feel up for our evening together, or you can listen to a doctor. Go home, take some aspirin, take a nap, and make it through the evening.
That's not much of a choice.
Do what you want, Celia.
Well, naturally, I want us to go together tonight.
So do I, darling. So please, take the doctor's advice. Get some rest.
All right. A nap it is.
A nap. And don't forget the aspirin.
I won't. It'll be fun tonight.
I'm looking forward to it.
Bye, Natalie.
That was too close.
I'm not an idiot. I realize that. The last thing in the world I need is for Celia to show up when I'm breaking into Gerald's lab.
Oh, Mrs.
There
Talbot.
you are.
Hi, Paul.
Hello, Mrs. Talbot, Paul. How do you do?
Dr. Putnam, well, Natalie has told us so much about you.
Oh, good, bad?
Of course, good.
Good. Listen, I'm so sorry about the late hour.
Well, I realize you're busy. I just appreciate you taking the time to see Paul.
Well, let's get started, shall we? And it really isn't necessary for you to stay in the examination room with Paul.
No.
Oh, I know that. I just want to make sure he's comfortable.
Good evening, Professor Gerald. Come on in.
Mrs. Scorpio? My. I remembered you as an attractive woman, but I must say tonight you're particularly beautiful.
Well, thank you, and please, call me Holly. Robert will be down in a minute.
Am I early?
Oh, only a couple of minutes.
I hope I'm not inconveniencing you.
Not at all. It'll give us a chance to chat.
My, what a lovely home you have.
Well, thank you. It took me a while to get it decorated the way I like, but I think most of the work is done now.
Did you do it yourself?
Yes, I did.
Beautiful and with exquisite taste. Your husband's a very lucky man.
Yes. Can I offer you something to drink?
Oh, thank you. Perhaps a glass of white wine?
Well, I think I'll join you.
Good.
Robert and I have been really looking forward to having dinner with you.
And I with you. Unfortunately, up to now, the only chance your husband and I have had to talk has been matters concerning security.
Right, your project.
Yes, but it's finished now.
I read about it in the paper today. I'm expecting lots of fascinating conversation from you about it. Now, what was it called again?
The Prometheus disc.
Well, it sounds very important. Now, the article said you've been working on it for 14 years?
Steadily, yes. Though I worked on it on and off for a good many years before that.
Well, you must feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment now that you've completed your work.
Thank you. I do. Yes, very happy and relieved.
Yes, I can imagine. The article said that the exposition was planned primarily to introduce your work. That must have put you under tremendous pressure.
It did. I was so worried that I wouldn't finish in time.
Well, you did, happily.
Yes, the disc is finished, and the exposition can open as planned.
Well, that should please the Port Charles Chamber of Commerce. I'm sure they anticipate enormous crowds for the exposition.
Oh, yes, there are people coming from all over the world.
Professor?
Good evening, Robert. How are you?
I'm very well.
May I compliment you on your extraordinarily beautiful wife?
Well, thank you. She just loves to dress up, you know.
Would you like a drink?
Oh, no. Well, I wouldn't want you to spill anything on that lovely dress of yours.
I'm so looking forward to this evening, are you?
Oh, Holly's done nothing but talk about it for days. Haven't you, darling?
Oh, weeks, darling.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you two attend functions like this all the time.
Constantly.
And she never tires of them.
Isn't it a pity that Celia and Grant can't join us?
Yes, but they will be joining us later on, won't they?
I hope so. Grant's schedule can be so erratic.
Well, you know, doctor's always on call.
Well, shall we go?
Yes, look, I'll get the cup. Excuse me, I'd better get that.
Oh, what was that?
Robert has a communications set up that links him with headquarters.
Oh, modern technology is marvelous, isn't it?
Could you pardon me for a minute? It's a WSB communication. I won't be long.
Well, I think we should sit down again.
Will it be long?
You never know. As you can see, doctors are not the only ones who are on constant call.
Is there anything you want while I'm out? Are you sure?
We really must get started, Mrs. Talbot.
Of course. I'll be back in 45 minutes. You be good now. Bye, sweetie.
He'll be fine, Mrs. Talbot.
Exciting, huh? Yes?
And here I thought you only took a look at the sports page. What do you say we take a look at the knee? Okay. Get this shoe and sock out of the way. Paul, what I'm going to do is just make sure that the knee is healing properly. And in order to do so, I'm going to have to probe a little bit. It might be a little uncomfortable.
But it won't hurt too much.
No.
Okay?
It's hard to say in advance. So what I'll do is I'll give you a little bit of a shot to ease the pain, and we'll take it from there. Okay?
It won't hurt.
Thank you, Natalie.
Good.
There. That's all there is to it. Didn't hurt, did it? Go ahead. How do you feel? A little bit sleepy? Well, that's all right. Here, we'll turn you around and...
Scoot him down?
Okay. Now, you just relax. Don't try to fight it. If you want to go to sleep, you go to sleep. This'll all be over before you know it. A little numb? Numb? Well, that's all right. That's what we want.
Is he getting drowsy?
I think so. Getting a little sleepy, Paul?
Close your eyes.
That's a boy. Just relax. That's it. He's out.
Okay, the hall is clear. Hurry, Grant.
Yes. You are going to stay with him.
Yes, I will stay with him. And remember, use the back stairs.
Don't worry, no one's going to see me. This is it, Natalie.
Good luck, comrade. Now go.
Heather! Heather, it's Ellen! Confirmed. DVX courier departed New York for Port Charles on 5 p.m. shuttle. Imperative he be kept under constant surveillance. Possible risk to Prometheus disc, bloody likely. Description: 6 foot, 175 pounds, brown hair, moustache, and green eyes.
Yes, Robert.
Bert, we've got an emergency here, a big one.
Oh, what's going on?
A courier from the DVX is coming here to get the disc. That's top priority. We have to move fast.
What do you want me to do?
The man's arriving on the 5 p.m. shuttle from New York now. I want you to intercept him.
Yeah, well, that plane should be landing in about 15 minutes.
All right, just get there. Now, listen, I've got a description here, but I don't have time to give you the picture, so take this down. He's 175 pounds, about 6 foot in height, moustache, with green eyes.
Okay, got it.
Now listen, I want you to set up a surveillance on this guy. The minute he steps off that plane, I want you to follow him. And be particularly careful of this guy. He happens to be a trained agent. I want constant reports. If he stops for an ice cream, I want to know what the flavor is.
Yeah, you'll know what flavor he orders.
Now listen, this is crucial. You cannot lose this guy.
Oh, you can count on us.
All right, now listen. I want you to have a squad of men ready.
You ready for what?
Action.
Well, any particular kind?
I don't know yet. Just have them ready.
We get together and talk about it, please.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.